Hi, it's Mindy from Time to Unwind, and I just wanted to stop in briefly and perhaps just give you a little update. In my last video, I mentioned that the Great Lakes Fiber Fest had not been canceled, and last night I opened an email that said, here are some questions, here are some pointers, what do y'all think? I'm on the board. And when I started, there wasn't a board, but I am on the board at this point. And so far, a bunch of people had answered questions, and I looked at it and I thought all the points were valid, and I agreed with everybody. And I basically said, I thought this should have been done weeks ago, but I agreed, and I said I thought it was the responsible thing to do, and so that was my answer. And I also said I thought that, hey, the 25th show could be next year instead of this year, even though this is the 25th year. But if we don't have it, then next year becomes the 25th year. So there will be probably something go up on the website with details such as they are. But basically know that this year, the Great Lakes Sheep and Wool Show and the Fiber Show will not happen. And tentatively, we are planning on having it next year. It usually happens at the Worcester Fairgrounds at Worcester, Ohio. There's no admission. There are tons of vendors. It's actually a pretty big show. Compared to so many, it's a huge show. And yet it's not well known for some reason. But we have vendors from all over. And so those vendors will be given a choice of having their their deposits refunded, or to just hold their place for next year with them. To me, that would be the most reasonable way to do it, because if they want to guarantee their position for next year, that's the way to do it. Then the workshops, anyone who's already registered for a workshop, they will refund your workshop fee. They'll talk to the workshop teachers and see if they want to present their workshops next year. Of course, just for fun, I will be there next year. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Yeah, but that's my baby. So but that doesn't cost you anything as a rule. So only occasionally do I ask for a donation toward your goods or something, if it's something really outstanding or costly. But most of the time, I fork that over. And so don't worry about that. Just plan on it next year. Go to your 2001 calendar and write down right now. If you've got it if you keep your calendar on your computer, you can go that far ahead and just write in Saturday and Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. Just write the Great Lakes Fiber Show in, and huge event usually. We take up a minimum of, 5 or 6 buildings on the Wayne County Fairgrounds area, the fairgrounds, and plus some outdoor things, plus some barns. But now there is a new building being built. It's big, and some of us, or I don't know how many, I think they're talking about maybe transferring into the new building, and it's so big that they might get two buildings worth in there. So maybe some of us won't be kind of off in the distance where we've been because there's just no room. So it's a big show. Um, so, I mean, I've gone to some shows that I thought were big name and said, wow, they have good advertising because this isn't that big. So, yeah, I hope you'll come next year. But this gives me more time to tweak and twiddle and maybe find another volunteer or two if you want to volunteer. Um, I like to have volunteers at my booth because the more volunteers I have, the more activities we can run, and we run all sorts of activities. So, yeah, I'm just rambling on, and I hope to see you next year at the Great Lakes Fire Show over Memorial Day weekend. And see you there. Meanwhile, I always like to point out that if you like the fact that I'm updating you, or even if you didn't, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button for more information and for more goofiness or silliness or boringness or whatever you find in watching me. And hit the notifications for when I'm back again so that you can run and hide or so that you can watch the whole thing. See you later.